What to wear, what to wear, what to wear. Dudes, I will tell you, when I'm outfitting up for a run and gun Nutnfancy style like the sledgehammer, it's a hard call sometimes. I mean, what's the loadout going to be? Level 1, level 2, level 3, like I've discussed in other videos. What kind of tactical system am I carrying? How much ammo? What pistol am I going to go with? How am I going to integrate it? Remember, everything is a system. It all integrates together. And then also, one of the most important questions is, what is the weather going to be doing that day? And how am I going to stay comfortable and keep my LCB warm and dry? You know what I'm saying? You get cold, you get wet, you start shutting down. So you got to really protect yourself, especially in the environment that you see as doing our operations, the Nutnfancy crew. Oftentimes the wind's blowing, it's cold, it's snowy, it's rainy, challenging. It's a great gear testing setup that we have. We're very lucky to have it. We make the most of it, as you've seen in lots of videos. And I'm going to talk about another outerwear option for you dudes, my valuable TMPers for you. It's high value, it's exciting because it's high value, and yet as of 2010 the quality is outstanding. No, it's not this. Cool way to open up the video because it introduces the concept perfectly. This is a Condor chest rig wearing some TAC Force M4 M16 mag pouches, also some Blackwater pistol pouches on the side. You've seen it in video. Serpa and a QD system, cut down, wearing a Glock 17 3rd gen. Great performance system, love it. This is a high value rig too. It may do a separate tabletop, but it's not about this, it is about its cousin, the Condor Softshell. A lot of TMPers have been waiting patiently for this video, and I appreciate your patience. I won't always thoroughly test everything that I throw in front of the camera. I did with this. Basically in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, I've been testing the Condor Softshell. Not just me, but also members of the Nutnfancy project, crew members I call them. And yeah, I got my gloves on again. Sorry, that burn is still there. It's distracting if I don't wear the gloves. You know, either that or a Band-Aid. It's just ugly. So, gloves it is. Let's press. I'm going to try to make this quick. Yeah, I've heard that before, Nutnfancy. Whatever. Let's go. A lot of guys have issues right off the bat with this Condor Softshell because it is almost a direct copy of another outstanding piece of gear by Tad Gear, the Stealth Hoodie. If you want to know what it looks like, look at this. It's basically the same one. They've recently, as of 2010, upgraded it in Tad Gear. You can go to Tad Gear's website or whatever it is. They upgraded it called the Stealth Hoodie Reloaded. I think it's a great piece of outerwear. I really do. I'm talking about the Tad Gear. I have no doubts. I haven't seen it or worn it, but I've done a lot of research on it, and I've had a lot of feedback from people that really love it. With one problem. It's really, really expensive. It used to be around 180 bucks. The reloaded version of Tad Gear's Stealth Hoodie, some people call it the Robin Hoodie. That's kind of funny. 260 bucks at their website. 260? What you're looking at here is a knockoff, but it is a high quality knockoff. Whether we're talking about flashlights, guns, outerwear, camouflage, tactical items of whatever sort or description, when a manufacturer like Tad prices their things in the stratosphere like that, $260 for a hoodie, you're asking for someone to roll in and do a copy of that item. Kind of like this. And that is what happened, and Condor Tactical did it. Early on, like last year, I think I did a review of a Condor vest, and it was somewhat negative, and I spoke poorly of the brand. As I've expanded my knowledge on all things Condor, I have rescinded that. I tell you that my video is a snapshot in time. It's how I feel about the gear items at that time. Condor makes some good stuff. Okay, in a nutshell. It makes some really good stuff. It just depends on what the item is. There's some misses, kind of like their cross-draw vest. I think that's a miss. There's some hits, and this is definitely a hit. Going down the Nutnfancy talking points, here we go. Fabric and stitching, okay? The overall quality, when you look at this, and I'm just going to, I jump around the talking points as I go. Let's jump down to value real quick. You'll look at it and you'll kind of be, in disbelief that this is an $80, soft shell jacket. You'll go, wow, the quality on this rocks. It does rock. I mean, first off, the fabric is a 4-way stretch polyester that is extremely comfortable. We'll talk maybe a little bit more about that in detail. The stitching is excellent. Now, remember my LL Bean Wind Challenger fleece review? I say one of the best ways to judge the stitching of a garment is to go inside, because this is where they don't think a lot of people are going to be looking. They'll think, hey, we can cut some corners in here. I don't see a lot of corners cut inside the Condor fleece jacket, least of this iteration in 2010. Good overlapping of the seams interior. This is not, this doesn't have seam tape on it, is what I'm trying to say here, but it's stitched very well. In my personal testing, and this is my own, and I've worn it quite a bit as you have seen, I've had no seam failures. I don't see any unraveling of stitching, and it's nice and consistent and uniform. All the stitching, both on the interior, which is your high wear area, just like I said in the Wind Challenger review, and also the exterior. You know, is it on par with the Tad gear? I don't know. I haven't seen that one in person, but I don't see how it could be much better looking at it right here. And again, and my buddies, like PFI dude, he hasn't had any problems with his. So go figure. It looks excellent. The fabric is a great choice. Unlike fleece, which I mentioned in the Wind Challenger review, this does not pick up items. You know, it doesn't attract Klingons, you know, hair, lint, you know, all kinds of garbage that you have to shake your fleece off. Fleece is very comfortable. It's very quiet. I still love it. But the soft shell, this one in particular, is very clean in that it rides clean. It doesn't pick all that crap up. It's actually an outstanding choice. Sandwiched in between this polyester stretch fabric is a breathable membrane. In my experience, it is excellent. I had my doubts, actually. Like I said in my Wind Challenger fleece vid, I've tested a lot of gore-tex knockoffs, and very few have impressed me as being as good as gore-tex. The Wind Challenger fleece has that, you know, that wind membrane in it, which is excellent. I was curious about this. That's one reason it took me so long to get to this review, because I have to test it in all kinds of environments. I primarily did it in a run and gun environment. Okay, great testing protocol, if you ask me. And I will say it's excellent. It breathes very nicely. I never got clammy in the fabric or with the membrane. It is relatively windproof, I think. When I say relatively, I mean if the wind's really blowing, I can still kind of feel it coming through. That's a subjective impression I had. And also that might be due to the fact that there's no storm flaps behind the zipper. So maybe there's some thermal flush coming through there as well. But an excellent membrane. Some guys will say, can I use it as a raincoat? I wouldn't recommend it. Anytime I have a fabric exterior, I don't care if it's nylon, if it's polyester, I mean, you're asking for it to do a lot when you say, I want to put this in the POU of a rain garment. Because rain will overwhelm durable water repellency. That is DWR. I've told you that in the other vid. It'll just soak. Sooner or later, the DWR will fail. Your fabric's going to start taking on a sponge-like characteristic. Soak up water. You're going to carry that water with you. Extra weight, and it pretty much sucks. You'd be much better off going with a dedicated rain garment that has maybe a ripstop nylon exterior and some other type of coatings and a very serious membrane in there. Go with a rain garment. That being said, I think if you're caught in the rain, as we were in the Nutnfancy project, and heavy snow, not light snow, heavy snow in this, all players who wore it absolutely loved it. No complaints at all. From Bug and Uster, PFI dude, myself, we all love it. Very high reports. For what it is, you're going to get excellent performance. So that'll take us, of course, to the comfort talking point. No clamminess noted from me. That's a big thing, because remember, if we put a membrane in there, we're kind of affecting the breathability of the garment. We are getting more waterproofness, maybe some more windproofness, but we're also adding to the temperature buildup, which is sometimes a bad thing, like I've said. But when we're talking about comfort, we're also talking about jumping ahead and talking point, sizing and freedom of movement. I didn't find any problems under the arms, and that's usually a problem where you'll get flexibility issues, or in the body of the jacket as well, the stealth hoodie. Excellent all the way around. Very comfortable, sized perfectly, and also driving to comfort. If you do start overheating, pit zips. I think that, and I didn't use these once, by the way. I got to keep it real with you. You know I always do that. I don't, because honestly, this is not a very warm garment. This isn't. It's not designed to be. It's mostly wind protection with a little bit of thermal additive to what other layers you're wearing. And that's ideal for what we do out there in the tactical environment for most guys out there, because that's what you want. If you need more warmth, layer under it. I mean, throw that, I don't know, Ella Bean Wind Challenger fleece under there, or any type of other layer that would fit under there. And yes, the sizing on the Stealth hoodie is good enough to do that. It's not so tight and constrictive that you don't have room underneath. You do have room, and that's an important factor. Layer up if you need it. Never use the pit zips, but under really high exertion activities, if you need to ventilate, go for it, and that'll jump down. I'm out of order here, I don't care. Dead air space management. Damn! Love that. How do we manage the air that we want to maintain within the Stealth hoodie, and also the flush if we need that? First off, and I already mentioned this, there are no storm flaps there, so you are going to get some flush straight on if you're faced to wind. That's how it's going to be. Pit zips, of course, mentioned that. And then you have adjustable Velcro rubberized wrist cuffs, and that will adjust the capability of the flush coming out around the wrist. That's pretty good. Zip goes all the way above your chin, almost up to your nose. That's another great way to regulate. Excellent cinching draw cord around the waist. And this whole design is really an alpine design, okay? And it's designed for tactical rigs, and more importantly, I think backpacks. That's why we have the high set slant pockets that are almost chest mounted. There's no low pockets. And initially upon wearing this, you're going to be in the habit of having pockets here, and you're going to be reaching in and there's nothing there. They're up here. That's an intentional design feature of this style of jacket, an alpine style of jacket, and it's excellent that way. So dead air space management, you see the features there. Make sure I'm not missing there. Another one, I don't know if it's really directly related to dam, but you have some mesh on the back duck pocket, and I'm kind of jumping ahead to pockets here. This is on the back side. I've rotated the jacket over. This is called a duck pocket. I call it a game pocket because when I used to go pheasant hunting all the time, all the shotgun vests I have a back game pocket just like this that you'd put your birds in. That's what this is like. You can use it for whatever you want. Now normally I'm wearing my tactical rigs and I don't need it because I have a lot of storage capability on whatever tack vest I'm wearing in the run and gun, okay? And in any other serious tactical scenario, it'd probably be the same way. But it's nice to have the storage capability, and overall the storage of this is just outstanding. The temperature versatility, and remember, we're talking about the breadth or width of your temperature range where you can wear this garment and be comfortable. It's pretty wide. Very wide. Getting back to the membrane, it's because the membrane does what they say it's going to do, and that is affect transpiration, just like the little card shows here. You know, wind moisture repelled, and then heat kept in, and then your body moisture is vented through the membrane. I saw nothing that would contradict that in my own testing. Okay, back to the talking points, going back here to colors. What do you think? Pretty awesome color, huh? I hope my camera, sometimes the coloration on the camera is a little bit off. This is the coyote coloration. It also comes in black, and I also believe olive drab. All three colorations, excellent. You know, are they as good as Tad's? I don't know. Tad's got some pretty awesome colors. I went to their website looking at them, and they're outstanding. But for what you're getting, you get three great choices. Of course, some of the TMP crew members like the black, like PFI dude, rock on. And that's a good all-around color, and it's kind of subdued and hides the fact, or maybe the look of the tacticalness of this. Because this is a very tactical look, guys. When you wear it around town, if you run into anybody who's tactically minded, they'll probably give you the big thumbs up. That's what I did. I mean, I was walking around, people that don't know who I am, of course, they just like, hey dude, nice jacket. And you know, it was a cop or someone or military dude, they just like it because they can recognize that it's a tactical type jacket. I love the colors though, not much to say there. Sizing is a little bit weird. You probably will have to order a size up with the Condor Softshell. If you wear a large, go double XL because they are sized small. Me, I wear a large these days, a large tall to be exact. I have to go double XL. So the sleeve is long enough for me. I wear longs, and the sleeves here are actually long enough for me. I'm surprised. I wish they were maybe about a ½ inch, maybe an inch longer for me if I was given a choice. I also wish the body length for me wearing talls was about an inch longer. But that's in a perfect world. Condor, if you're watching this, offer extended sizes. I think they will sell. There's plenty of dudes out there that want those extended sizes. Please do it. That would be excellent. The weight on this, I will say, I weighed this one. This is a double XL. It's 2 pounds, 8 ounces. Reasonable. Is it backpack light? No, it's not. Remember, you're looking and considering a very technical alpine jacket with lots of zippers. Remember what I've said in my tent reviews and my extended backpack stay videos? Zippers add weight. The more zippers you put in, the more layers of fabric you put in, it just, you know, adds weight to your system. But you get lots of capabilities. It's that old firepower versus mobility, you know, argument that I've talked about dozens of times. Zippers are excellent. They're not YKK. But they're good, and I had no problems with them. They look like YKK. They use name brand zipper pulls right here. I forget the name of that one, but it's a awesome zipper pull, and all of the zippers are equipped with that. Either they're running some 550 cord of appropriate coloration, or they're running this really cool polymer zipper pull you see here. And also notice this, the main zipper is a double slider, so you can zip up if you need to, you know, for access, I don't know, you know, to whatever. And guys are laughing, but I'm serious. So like, you may have something down like fanny packs sometimes. Yeah, fanny packs. Sometimes it's helpful, and it hides very nicely under this. Nobody will ever know you have it. Works for me. Let's get on to collar design. This is what the collar looks like retracted. It presents itself as a very high and comfortable collar. If you let your beard grow out, you won't have issues against this. At least I don't. There's some fabrics that are very noisy and rustly against, you know, your beard when you grew it out. And actually, I grew my beard out just to test it. It's excellent. No problems at all. Nice high collar. And then when the weather gets really nasty, just like you've seen on video during my testing of this and some guns at the same time, out comes what I consider to be an outstanding hood design. Probably just like the Tad gears, but man, they got it right. It's lined, and I forgot to mention this in the comfort section, lined with a very low nap, comfortable, what looks to be a 100 weight fleece. Remember, fleece is rated, at least by Polartec, Malden Mills, in 100, 200, 300 weights with some variations along the lines. Well, shearling and stuff like that. This appears to be about a 100 weight. So a very lightweight fleece, but very comfortable against the skin. There it is in the hood. Great visibility in the hood, good peripheral vision. You have a drawstring here. If you wear a hat, this dovetails nicely on it because there's a nice bill built into the hood. Big enough for a helmet? I didn't test. I'm talking combat variety helmet. It appears that it might be though. And then if you want to keep the hood extended and still out of your way and not filling up with water and snow, here's your Velcro retention. It goes like this. Bam, and it falls down. At least it's not gaping wide open like that and acting as a catch basin for all that precipitation. Another very thoughtful feature. The hood is a home run. And then if you want to increase your peripheral vision more, you can actually pull this hoodie or this drawstring around the circumference of the hood, and what it does is it pulls that fabric away from your eyes and you have better visibility still. I didn't use that too much. Sleeve design. It's not a pre-curved sleeve. I think the Stealth Hoodie Reloaded by Tag is pre-formed, pre-curved. Those are my absolute favorite, but they're always going to add cost. This one doesn't have it, and I'm talking ones that will follow the curvature of the human arm. It's decent though. I didn't have any problems with it. Notice the double fabric layering on the arm right here. Okay, there's your morale/unit patch wearing an American flag right now. And notice this too, dudes. Look at the colorations that Condor is using. The zippers are the proper color. The 550 cord. The patch doesn't come with it, by the way. That's extra. The zipper colorations, the fabric. Notice how it's all basically the same color. They did a great job of blending it, and that's kind of a small but big attention to detail. If those items are off, the jacket will just look off. To someone, they'll just go, I don't know what it is about that jacket, but it just looks weird. It's because everything is not blended and monochromatic. They did a great job on it. Good comfort in the sleeves. I already talked about the wrist closure. You can reach with it. Again, I wish the sleeves were a little bit longer for us taller guys, but overall, pretty outstanding. Storage. I already said this is excellent. Here's another reason why. I did mention the slant chest pockets, which are high mounted, so you can access them when you're wearing a backpack while your waist belt is down below. But they're large, they're deep, and they carry a lot of stuff. And it even gets better. Each one has an interior cell phone pocket in it. How awesome is that? Interior pin pocket in it. And then a routing port if you want to carry some type of wired item like an iPod or something. So you would put it in this pocket, route it through here, go on the interior of the jacket to your earphones, to your ears. Cool. I didn't use it, probably will never use it, but it's kind of a nice attention to detail. So those are two big pockets carrying a lot of gear. Each sleeve also has a patch pocket in it. Notice the attention to detail. Look at the lining of that pocket. That's very cool. That's probably on the Tad one too, and they're copying Tad there. I love it. This is a pocket I never use. So anything you put in this pocket becomes heavier than it should be because it's at the end of your arm. To me, it's obnoxious. I never use it. If it's something lightweight like earplugs or something along those lines, I think it'd probably be a good choice. But that's another pocket if you want to use it. And I already showed you the back duck pockets here. In total, you have 8 pockets. Lots of storage, lots of capability, and capabilities are always nice to have. And I forgot to show you this. On the interior, here's your interior pockets, a total of 8. There's 2 more on the interior. I made the mistake while I was wearing this one day of I'm used to another jacket I have, and I thought this was the pocket. I slipped my sunglasses behind that. That's not the pocket. Okay, it's a zip open, zip close pocket, and my sunglasses came cascading out the bottom of this, which is actually the storage portion of your slant chest pocket. Wah, wah, live and learn. That ain't it. Just excellent pockets all the way around. Next talking point, durability and care. I just washed this. I don't think it's covered in Scotch Guard. That's a stain repellent that a lot of garments have, because I did find that it would stain kind of readily. You know, whatever, food stains, you know, oil stains. And so I washed it, and you can kind of see one ghosting right here. Didn't come out all the way. But the care appears to be pretty easy. They're going to say machine wash on a low temperature. I'm taking that to be cold, so it doesn't shrink or sizing doesn't change. I know it's a synthetic, it shouldn't do that. Sometimes it does though. I would just wash it in cold, and then I tumble dried it on a very low temperature, and it worked out just fine. I think the durability is going to be excellent. I really do. I mean, is it going to be as good as the Tad option? I don't know. Years will tell. But dude, it's 1/3 the cost. You know, are you made of money? I think guys that have bought the Tad option, the Tad stealth hoodie, are going to be lambasting the Condor option. Oh, that's a ripoff. I hate it. Because they have it. You know, they want to they want to vindicate their purchase, and they don't want to feel like they threw their money away. I understand that. I'm not going to say the Tad is bad. It's outstanding, but it's expensive. You know, where's the money left over for optics, for guns, for ammunition, for knives you need? Something's got to give. This is a good way to get some very high quality gear thanks to Condor, and still stretch your funds to fulfill other tactical needs you might have. And finally, the value. I've already mentioned it. Outstanding. Compared to competitive alternates like the Tag, 1/3 the cost, around $80. I hear rumors that the price is going up, and they have been sold out for a long time. So I'm going to throw some links up there of where I recommend to go get this. This is a Condor soft shell jacket review by Nutnfancy. I really couldn't give it a higher recommendation. The only another caveat I will say is watch their quality levels. Sometimes the Chinese or overseas made items, they'll start doing the shell game. They'll swap out materials, and quality levels will start to decline once they've achieved an audience for their products. Don't do that, Condor. Don't do that. Keep the quality the same way it is here. It'll be a tremendous success. You won't be able to keep enough of them in stock, I think. Nutnfancy. See ya.